welcome back to the channel. This is Pody with Upstate Outside. I am going to be sharing all the kitchen gear that I use when we go pop-up camping. Biggest safety tip usually when you're in bear country and it comes to cooking is don't cook inside your camper. The pop-up camper that we have does not have an outdoor kitchen, so I had to create my own outdoor kitchen. There's a lot of different options out there. Blackstone, griddles, there's tripods that you can put over the fire. This is just what works best for me and my family. Everything has to fit in the back of my 5.5-foot truck bed. So the reason I bought the things that I did, mostly for space saving purposes. Let's just get right into it. This is my grill. This is the Nomadic portable grill. This grill is great. Again, I got it because of the size, and these legs fold out. I actually just used this out in the woods. Little case, keep it protected while it's in transit. Jetboil stove. I'm sure you've seen it. It's just a 2-burner propane stove here. Started with a single burner Coleman butane griddle from Walmart. I think it was like 20 bucks. Our very first trip of the season, it was a little chilly in the morning and the butane was just not percolating my coffee, and that is just not acceptable. So since I switched to propane, I've had no complaints. I think they're so popular because of how small they can fold up. They really just take up no space. Bonus, with the bag that it came in, this is the perfect size for paper plates that I keep on my little shelf on the side of my camper. And so I have a nice fancy paper plate bag. This we got off of Amazon. This is just a stainless steel windscreen. I try to get mostly water sites, and there's usually more wind on the water. So this just opens up. I can put this in front of the grill. I can put this in front of my propane burner here just to block the wind a little bit. If you're not blocking the wind, 1, you're not gonna get the heat you want, but 2, you're just wasting fuel. So these are just the pots that I like to use because there's actually 2 pots in here. This is from Sea to Summit. I picked this up from REI. Handle folds out. And then in the center, there's another smaller pot with an actual protected pad. For a family of 5, this is more than sufficient to cook. Or if I know I'm going into a trip and I'm gonna be cooking for a larger group of people, like I'll bring an extra pot that's bigger to suffice if I'm planning on cooking pasta that night. 2 pans I use. I have one nonstick. Yes, I cheat with a lid. This is great for eggs. Like I said, mostly this is used for breakfast food, and then we have a traditional cast iron pan, which we're actually getting more into cooking over the fire with the cast iron. When we are cooking over the fire, always good to bring an oven safe, like not even just oven safe, like fire safe oven mitt, something that can withstand some serious heat, just to grab the cast iron from the fire and to be safe about it. This is from Dometic. I bought it from REI. Pretty self-explanatory. We fill this with fresh filtered water before we leave the house. I have 2 of them, and we use this just to refill our water mugs. For the campsite, we use it for cooking instead of using the potable water, and it works out really well. And we actually got this cool little attachment that we can hit, which is a water spigot. It's a little extra, but it's okay to be extra. For those of you who drink coffee, there's a bazillion ways you can make it. I usually will grind my beans right before we go, put them in an airtight container, put that in one of my cases. I grew up watching my parents percolate coffee. This is just the way that's kind of like nostalgic for me. So that's why I do it. Because we go camping in bear country, bear safety is like top priority for me. It's recommended in bear country that you do not store any food in your camper, that you store it all in your vehicle. I have an electric cooler, which we also keep in the back of the truck, powered by one of my battery banks. That's where we put all of our cold stuff. Keeps it a perfect 36 degrees. Definitely one of the better camping purchases I think I've made to date. I love that thing. For my dry goods, I have this Pelican case, which we put everything in. We put our bread, chips, potatoes, onions, everything. The airtight feature about this definitely dampens it, because like it knows its food's there, but like, is it worth the effort for the bear? And they don't want interaction and they don't want confrontation. But you got a ribeye sitting out. Yeah, they'll fight you for it, for sure, no doubt. And I'd rather have it rip out the back of my truck bed than my seats. I witnessed this when we were vacationing in Lake Tahoe a couple years ago with our family, a friend of ours, and I said, whatever you do, just make sure your doors are locked and make sure all the food is out of your car. And she's like, yep, sure. Well, I went to go take my dogs out in the morning and I see a door open and I see just trash on the side of the van and the bear ripped the dash off her vehicle. So this is just so we can kind of keep track of our silverware and make sure we're not forgetting anything. So this says this is a set of 4 knives, forks, and spoons. And it actually even comes with some chopsticks. This guy, this is a Kelty, I think it's called like the chef roll. Rolls up all the way into nothing and then buckles in on itself. But it's 4 compartments. We hang this on the swinging half door of the camper. And we utilize this for odd and end things, but I got aluminum foil in here. Culinary gloves, like lighters. We usually bring like no less than like 10 lighters on every camping trip because you just never know and you want to have a backup, or 10. This is a kind of a multi-purpose thing. Is another item from Kelty that's a hangable pantry. So there's buckles up here. We have put a lot of weight in these and I have no concerns whatsoever. Like, these are actually very solid straps. Even in here right now, I got bowls. I got a lot of stuff in here right now. I would say this bag probably weighs 20 pounds, close to it, 15, 20 pounds. I'm gonna kind of show you all the things that we put in this bag. Like, it's a freakishly high amount of stuff. And we hang one of these in, we actually have 2. This is just a great kind of like utility, all around utility bag. This is just a Coleman lantern. I grew up with these, my family. I always thought the 2 little balls there were marshmallows as a kid. They still look like marshmallows to me. So they're marshmallows that light up and provide light. This is a solo stove, a miniature one. It's a little basically fireplace. Instead of lighting a full-fledged fire in the morning and being, 20 plus feet away from it where you're not gonna feel anything, I light this little stove up just to kind of have there, and I cut some wood with a miter saw. I just cut these little pieces of cherry wood, which fit in there perfectly. Highly recommend that. It's, again, totally not necessary for the kitchen, but just takes it up a little extra notch. Yes, I grew up going to get sticks in the woods for marshmallows, which we still occasionally do from time to time. But again, another Amazon item, marshmallow roasters. We got 3 kids. We're trying to make it as easy as possible. The girls love it. They can each have their own. They can have their own color. Pick this up at Harbor Freight. This is actually just a paper towel holder that you can adjust to size, but very strong magnets, and just having paper towels available, obviously for paper towels, you need paper towels. I like paper towels. It's awesome. No camp kitchen is complete without Cutter bug spray. Most of our camping is in the woods, so bugs. Everything fits in these cases. So I have 1 box for my kitchen. I have 1 box for just my outdoor setup stuff. Made a video about it. Check it out if you're interested in to know what's inside those mystery boxes behind me. I've acquired my gear over the course of many, many years. It would be a lot to try to buy all this stuff at one time. I'll put the links to mostly everything in the description below, but most of this stuff is found on Amazon and REI, but I've gotten good deals on Backcountry and Steep and Cheap. There's always deals. Things always go on sale at some point. You just got to be patient. That's it. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was informative. Maybe this helped navigate what you may or may not need, or if you want to go a different direction for your camp kitchen. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Drop a comment below. Tell us what you want. Tell us what you want to see. Like, subscribe, comment. Do the things that you're supposed to do to help grow this channel. Please. We need you. I need you. Help me. Help me help you.